Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? We never thought we'd see the day. The day a major gacha title would look the infamous 50-50 mechanics square in the face and say, not in our game. No more banner heartbreaks. No more praying to RNG gods. No more losing the rate up. Feeling broke and bitter in the end. Neverness to Everness just rewrote the rules and the rest of the gacha world should be shaking. This is more than just a change in banner rates. This is a big move that changes everything. Remember when Wuthering Waves released last year with a low hard pity and an easy monetization strategy that guarantees the weapon banner? That got the player base super excited. Instead of the typical 90 hard pity, Kuro decided they will go with only 80. Then, they announced that the weapon banners are guaranteed at least for the first refinement despite knowing how important weapons are. Well, Perfect World Games and Hara Studio, the team behind Tower of Fantasy, have gone ahead and scrapped the 50-50 system completely. That's right. No more flipping a digital coin just to lose to a random unit you didn't ask for. While it's still unclear whether this applies just to the first pull or for every subsequent ones, the fact they're even touching this sacred cow of gacha suffering is already huge. This is the kind of change that makes players actually excited to pull, not dread every 10 roll like it's a slot machine of pain. By killing off the 50-50 system entirely, Neverness to Everness isn't just adjusting numbers. They're smashing the outdated rules that have defined gacha suffering for years. Imagine, you pull an S rank and actually get the one you wanted. Wild concept, right? No more bait and switch. No more tears over losing to an off-banner janitor with a C-tier haircut. Just a straightforward system that rewards your effort and maybe, just maybe, respects your time. And no, this shift didn't fall from the sky either. It's not a lightning bolt of genius. It's a consequence of the current arms race in gacha development. It all started with games like Wuthering Waves, giving players a glimpse of what it feels like to not be emotionally manipulated. Neverness to Everness just took that spark and turned it into a flamethrower. They're not dipping their toes in, they're cannonballed into fair play territory. Bottom line, players have never had more leverage. The old model, designed around scarcity and frustration, is finally cracking. This isn't 2020 anymore, guys. Devs used to think players would just accept it, but they were wrong. In 2025, you can't just coast on pretty splash art and hollow trailers. You have to build systems that work. The new standard isn't just about cool characters. It's about creating a game that doesn't make you feel like you're solving a math problem or undergoing a spiritual trial every time you open the banner menu. And oh, the irony. The industry that once worshipped Hoyoverse's every monetization move is now sprinting away from it, is sprinting in the opposite direction. Not because Hoyoverse flopped, far from it, but because other devs finally realized that you can both make money and not be evil. How shocking. NTE isn't whispering about change, they're yelling it. A board game inspired summoning system? That's new. No 50-50? Revolutionary. Better base rates and a pity system that doesn't feel like a scam? Now we're cooking. None of this feels like smoke and mirrors. It feels like someone actually did the homework. And let's not kid ourselves. This isn't just a feel-good story. It's survival instinct. The gacha scene is overflowing. Competition is rising, and more gacha games are coming out just within this year. Players aren't here for side hustles disguised as games. Just look at what is happening to Infinity Nikki. When trust breaks, wallets shut faster than devs can draft an apology post. NTE devs seem to understand that. In 2025, if you want loyalty, you give people results, not 0.6% despair dressed up in ribbons. But wait, doesn't this ruin the fun of gacha? Isn't the thrill of watching your dreams shatter after losing a 50-50 half the appeal? Knowing you're actually going to get the unit you pulled for, isn't that a little boring? Well, let's be real. If the game is genuinely fun and engaging, players will still enjoy pulling. In fact, now the anticipation builds around how soon you'll win, not if the game is going to slap you across the face with an off-banner disappointment. It shifts the excitement from fear-based gambling to actual hype. And here's the kicker. This is especially amazing for free-to-play and low-spending players, who can now breathe a little knowing their hard-earned currency won't vanish into a black hole of RNG misery. It's less ritual sacrifice, more celebration, and that sounds like a better deal to me. So, what happens next? We're already watching the dominoes tumble like poorly placed Jenga blocks. Kuro Games and Wuthering Waves kick things off with a generous shakeup, and surprise, other games suddenly discovered empathy as well. Now, everyone's racing to build pity systems that don't feel like emotional ransom notes. The game isn't just changing, it's evolving, mutating into something that dares to be enjoyable. What a concept. Soon enough, if your gacha system isn't fair, players won't just be disappointed, they'll rage quit, uninstall, and tweet about it before the app icon even finishes shaking. Wuthering Waves and other games taking notes, like NTE, aren't just trending titles anymore. They're becoming warning signs to complacent devs and love letters to players who are done rolling the dice and always getting burned. They're not waving banners. They're holding up neon signs that scream, "Get with the times." If the rest of the industry is paying even a little attention, they'll realize this isn't a one-time marketing stunt. It's a blueprint, a wake-up call, and maybe even the start of a new era where gacha doesn't mean psychological warfare. Because once players figure out they can have both fairness and fun, and that developers will actually listen if enough voices speak up, they're never going back to the old system. Welcome to the age of common sense. Welcome to sanity. Finally. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.